Okay, picture this. You're sprinting to catch the Houston Metro. Or maybe you're absolutely starving, just trying to grab a quick bite at the Quinnipiac dining hall between classes. You confidently reach for your cue card, go to swipe, and bam, insufficient funds. And to make matters worse, the physical reload kiosk is either completely broken or there's a massive, agonizing line of people right in front of you. It's a highly relatable and honestly incredibly frustrating moment that can just instantly derail your entire day. But hey, here's the good news. You rarely, and I mean literally almost never, need to wait in one of those physical lines again. The ultimate solution to this whole headache is managing and reloading your balance entirely online. Whether you're using it for transit fares, university dining points, or even consumer credit, moving your cue card management right to your fingertips saves a ton of time. It completely removes the friction and the stress of getting caught out there with a zero balance. So, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we are going to cover 6 key areas: setup prerequisites, platform nuances, a universal step-by-step guide, troubleshooting, practical tips, and a quick conclusion. All right, Section 1, Setup Prerequisites, what you need first. Before we actually execute a reload, we need to make sure we've got the absolute basics lined up. This is honestly where most beginners trip up. First things first, you need a stable internet connection. Seriously, don't try to process a payment while you're moving through a dead zone on the train. Second, you need your registered account credentials. For instance, Queens College students need an active account management system, or AMS account, before they can even get their hands on a cue card. Third, have an approved payment method ready to go. Most of these systems take Visa and MasterCard, and some even let you use Apple or Google Pay, which is awesome. And finally, and most importantly, you absolutely must be in the correct platform-specific app or web portal. Which brings us to Section 2, Platform Nuances, different cue cards. So, identifying your specific platform is vital because the term cue card actually means something completely different depending on your institution. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. The fragmented landscape of the cue card universe looks a bit like this. If you're at Quinnipiac University, your cue card holds dining points and it's managed exclusively through the Transact e-accounts portal. But jump over to Queens College, and your card holds a general debit fund called Q-Bucks, used for things like the library, and you manage that through Blackboard e-accounts. Meanwhile, down in Texas, the Houston Metro Q card is purely for transit fares via the Metro Ride store. And in New Zealand, the Q card is actually a financial credit product managed through the Q MasterCard app. So bottom line, you definitely cannot log into the Houston portal with your Quinnipiac ID. Okay, moving on to Section 3, Step-by-Step Guide on How to Reload. Despite those massive differences in platforms and purposes we just talked about, the actual process of putting money onto the card digitally follows a surprisingly universal set of steps. Step 1. Access your specific web portal or download your dedicated mobile app, like the Blackboard eAccounts app for iOS or Android. Step 2. Authenticate and log in. Now, university students are typically going to use their institutional single sign-on or SSO credentials, but if you're using the New Zealand Q MasterCard app, you'll log in with your customer ID, which is usually found right on the back of your card. Step 3. Once you're inside the dashboard, just look around and click on the Add Money, Top Up, or Reload tab. Next up, Step 4. Select your desired reload amount. Just keep in mind that systems have their own specific rules. For example, Houston Metro actually requires a minimum reload amount of $3. Step 5. Input your payment details, carefully verifying your credit or debit card number. And Step 6, confirm the transaction and check your updated balance right there on the screen. For systems like Queens College Q-Bucks, those electronic deposits actually post to your account immediately, which is great. Section 4, troubleshooting common issues. But what happens when the money doesn't show up immediately? Understanding your specific platform's limitations is absolutely crucial, so you aren't left stranded when you need your funds the most. We actually pulled this massive reality check from a real Houston commuter on Reddit who warned, do not do online top-up if you need the balance right away. The online system can lag up to 2 days. This hits the nail on the head and perfectly illustrates a major pain point. When you reload the Houston Metro Q card online, the order gets placed into a database, but it isn't actually on your physical card yet. So if you're dealing with a transit card like Houston Metro, you really must anticipate this 24 to 48-hour processing lag. Furthermore, your funds actually remain in that database until you physically tap your card on a reader or Q box to sort of pick up the funds. Another really common error?
Payment rejections because of rapid reloading. If you're adding money to multiple cards using the same credit card, the system requires you to wait at least 5 minutes between transactions. If you don't, banks are going to flag it as fraud and decline the charge. And hey, if you simply can't log in at all, always double check that you're using the correct single sign-on or customer ID format.
Section 5, practical tips so you can manage like a pro.
Now that we know how to successfully load the card and, avoid those pesky pitfalls, let's look at some pro tips to manage your funds more efficiently. Thinking about manual reloading versus automatic reloading brilliantly illustrates the difference between working harder and working smarter. Manual reloading requires you to constantly guess your balance, remember to log in, and literally cross your fingers that you don't hit zero at the checkout counter. Setting up automated top-ups fundamentally changes your routine. You literally never have to think about it again. Within portals like Quinnipiac's Transact e-accounts, you can dig into the settings gear and configure low balance alerts. This will automatically ping your text or email when your ledger drops below a limit you set. You can also save your payment profiles for rapid, one-click future loading. For maximum convenience and security, if your platform supports saying add your virtual Q card directed to your Apple Wallet or Google Pay, this allows for seamless contactless payments right from your phone. And finally, just make it a habit to regularly review your transaction history. Apps like the New Zealand Q MasterCard allow you to instantly view the last 3 months of expenses, which is super helpful to keep your budget on track. All right, Section 6, Conclusion. Let's wrap this up. We've covered a whole lot of ground in this explainer today, navigating through different portals, going through step-by-step guides, and breaking down troubleshooting mechanics. So let's synthesize everything we've just learned. To successfully reload your Q card online, you first need to identify exactly which card you hold and match it to its specific online portal or app. Once you're there, follow the 6-step process to authenticate and deposit your funds. Critically, you must plan ahead and beware of processing lags, especially those 24 to 48-hour delays and physical tap requirements associated with the transit cards. And finally, leverage the power of auto reload and balance alerts to completely remove the friction from your daily routine. Now, I do need to firmly stress that this explainer serves strictly as a general guide, because the whole Q card ecosystem is utilized by completely independent universities, transit authorities, and financial institutions. You should always verify specific account issues, fee changes, or procedure updates directly with your official Q card customer support desk. The days of waiting in a physical line just to add $5 to a piece of plastic are rapidly coming to an end. It really makes you wonder, as digital wallets fully replace physical cards, how will seamless, automated online reloading continue to transform our daily routines? Let me know your thoughts, and share your own reloading tips and experiences in the comments below. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.